do that. Good evening, everybody. My name is Osa, and we are playing FS22 on Maypole Farm. And this is a make-up session because Twitch wasn't working on Saturday for me. So, surprise. I did get some things done on Saturday. I found a bug with things. Oh, damn. Harvest contracts. I took 2 harvest contracts and borrowed the equipment and didn't have enough time to complete both of them. I completed one. So I saved the game, and when I came back, the contract I had completed deleted itself in 30 seconds, and unfortunately that was the contract I'd borrowed all the equipment on, so all the equipment disappeared, so I couldn't complete the second contract, which was a little bit annoying. Unfortunately, I don't know if I got paid for the first contract either. I'd done too many other contracts to note how much we made from contracts that particular month. So sadly, that's kind of a problem. So what I'm doing tonight is I took 7 contracts for hay, and I got them all baled over the last couple of days, and now all I need to do is deliver all of them before I do a save, which is why I decided, hey, I might as well do a little bit of a makeup session for what we were doing on Sunday. Why is that not refreshing? There we go. Okay. That looks better. And it'll give the YouTube folks something to watch as well, since obviously I didn't provide much notification to them that there was no Saturday stream. So that's the first update. Second update, I hired a guy to plough our 2 grass fields, and I've paid someone to come in, drive my tractor, oops, wrong, and well, that sucks. Really, you're that far short. Oops. We'll worry about that in a while. Let's go back to this. So unfortunately I've got 5 bales here to collect, and all of the contracts are now complete, so all of the bales on the field are now income for us, bonus income. And of course it's November, so it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and getting dark. It's been dark most of the day, so I started these contracts in pitch darkness and kind of getting to the end and finishing them. So both the fields are being limed. I need to go and get a little bit more lime to finish that one field off. And that'll sort out the pH on all the fields. I need to reseed, I think it's field 51 with grass. So we've got a seeder. I think we've got some seed for that. But we've got day 3 November to do that. So that will be tomorrow's task in the Series 7. This tractor is really not the best to be driving around with 24 bales on the back, but hey, you use what you can. I've also paid down sizable amount of our debt. So that's another reason we don't have a lot of money. Plus the rental on the plough and the tractor were somewhere in the region of about 20,000 all told. And I ended up ploughing it. I tried it with a tractor and harrow. And harrows do not pull up the crop that's in the ground. Something I probably should have tested way before now, but didn't. So yeah, trying to run a plough over a field of grass ended up with nothing happening. So instead I got a plough, which does mean we got a lot of stones, so I had to use our stone bucket to pick them up. So that's 12,000, that's good. And I seem to be stuck on the wall. There we go. And then, what else? So I ploughed it, I destoned it, which is why we're on the 2nd of November rather than the 1st of November. And then we needed to lime it to get the pH back up. And we should now be good for the rest of it. As I said, we'll need to seed it. I might need to do a brief thing with a sprayer. With spot spray to fool the game into thinking I've weeded everything. And we'll need to run our sprayer over the field in order to get the nitrogen levels up to what they need to be on the grass field. We're not planting anything in field 50, I think is the lower one, the southernmost one. And I'll be planting that with an arable crop. I'm thinking corn, but I'm not, that's not entirely set in stone at this point. I mean, the good thing about using this tractor is it is quite agile, so getting it round the corners and between the buildings is much easier doing with this one than it is with the Deutz. But we've only got 125 horsepower on it, and I don't intend to make it any bigger. I think 125 is absolutely fine for most of the tasks we need. I could probably do with another medium-sized tractor, but nothing's come up recently. We have to go on the other side of this. And shimmy through that gap, and we should have, I think it was 5 bales in this field, and we're done with this one. I've still got 119 to collect, but we can claim this one as done and get paid. I was going to check that blah 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 money. So yeah, we're down to 100,000 loan. We've paid off half of it, which I think is fine. And it does mean we can borrow more if we feel like it. Now, one thing that did come up, which I'm really undecided on. So, for most of, I think, the end of October, there was John Deere loader arms. Then this thing came up, which I've already got one of these. There's the Kubota, what is that, 12.5 meter windrower. sometimes I think that would be nice to have, but the one I have fits in fields a lot better. Cameo, hello, welcome. There's this, however, and I am sorely tempted to buy that. There's a Zeta Crystal HD, and I think that's a front loader. Torian 956 front loaders. $639 or oh no, 956. It's the small wheel loader. That's a kind of a good thing. If I was in the market, I might consider something like that. The Zeta 171 horsepower, man, not really. But this thing would be really nice. The problem is, it's a harvester, and I don't need one for getting on for 10 months. So do I want to really have 121,000 tied up in a harvester that I'm not going to use? 55 larger since the update. Which one's field 55? 54, 55. I don't think 55 is bigger. There was an addition up here, and I'm not really clear on how much. We might have got... It would be difficult to create 2 new fields because that would resequence all the others. But this pad is new. And I think there's more trees up here. So these 2 fields might have enlarged slightly. I don't think 55 got bigger. 55's always overlapped 52 and 53 on the left. Oops. So I think... that's that. What do I want to do here? I want to fold that up. Press the right button. There we go. So yeah, I've done a lot of work today, or today game day, with the lights on. Just because of the long shadows and the sun setting already. Okay, that field is 95. We can claim that one as done. Do that too. And part of my thoughts here, yeah, we've got 134. I could afford that harvester. However, I do like having sort of 100,000 sitting in the bank. How do we get out of here? That way. Just so that if anything came up that I actually do want, I can pay for it. I don't have to take out more debt. But yeah, I think Cavalier Roy was saying he added a strip along the top so he could fit the placeable area. And a couple of the fields at the top got a little bit bigger. So anyway, where else are we up to? I think that pretty much covers most of what I got up to over the weekend. Let me run another little test. And you've got to be kidding me. Oh no. So I've now... What I ended up doing was I deleted the chat widget and the alert widget. So now we get a repeat on the stream itself. So people who watch later on YouTube will actually see things people say without you know, me just suddenly coming out with stuff, you know. Why is he talking about that all of a sudden? I didn't want to go this way. I guess we'll throw these bales in the sell point anyway. What I should have done, when I came out of that yard, I should have turned left and then immediately right onto a farm track and gone to field 119 to pick up those bales. But I was talking and not paying attention to myself. So we'll go this way. Now, frequently what I do in these situations is I will sometimes complete, or I'll sometimes retain some of the hay and give it to the cows, just so that I have a supply of hay coming along. Because as you can see, that was 5 bales and 2,500, so we're getting about 500 pounds per bale, and it's not exactly a lot of money. Silage I will usually sell because it's worth way more. Oh, I did also do a hay contract on 52, just because it came up, and at the same time I had all my mowing equipment out, so I did the hay contract on 52 and silage on 51, because that was ready to cut. And once 51 was cut, that then gave me the sort of go to plough and lime both the grass fields. Basically, I left it to that point so that all of the equipment I'm leasing, I don't have to pay two days worth of leasing. But, yeah, there's not really been a lot of stuff come up on sale recently. There was the Kubota skid steer, and having hefted around a whole bunch of what is it, 7,500 litre grass bales with the tele truck that we have, I did notice it's not very stable with that sort of weight on the top. A skid steer is probably a better thing for moving bales around. The tele truck is absolutely fine for moving pallets around, and that's probably more what it's designed to do. And then again, since we've got this collection wagon, I'm more inclined to use this than our flatbed. I could sell the Roland, just because we don't really need it that much anymore. However, that said, we're probably going to get to a point where we have stuff to ship that the Roland may be better than the little low loader that we've got. Okay, hopefully 24 bales here, because if there's more we'll have to come back. Trying to think what else has been going on. We had the kids over the weekend, so that was another thing. Really been fairly quiet the last few days. Obviously, as I said, I did spend some time figuring out the whole chat and alert box coming up on the stream, because that used to work and it suddenly stopped working. I think it was possibly one of the Streamlabs updates messed things up, and at the same time it caused Streamlabs OBS to log out of Twitch, so that I couldn't start the stream. Now that I've got it signed back in again, when I start the stream it will prompt me for a stream name, and I can type that in without having to pull up Twitch to do that. But around about the same time I lost the stream chat, and alert boxes. On my PC they still ding, but nothing would appear on the stream. And as I said, the solution I ended up coming up with was just to delete the widgets and reinstall them, and that seemed to fix it. So that'll be our solution next time it happens. How am I doing? We are up to 18. I think we have more than 6 here. So we'll be coming back. And so, yeah, we'll probably come back and then just take what we have back to our farm and give it to our cows. Because, like I said, it's not that valuable, but we're at the money level where I would like to have a little more cash in the bank. Or pay off the debt. One of the two. Okay, how are we doing? 22, 23... and 24. Okay, so off to the store. Yes, so I've always also, interestingly, Virtual Farmer said in one of his recent episodes that apparently the level of dirt on the tractor affects how quickly it needs maintenance. So keep your equipment clean would seem to be a thing. That was one of the Farm Sim 19 things they said. They basically said, had the game set up that if the tractor got dirty, its maintenance wear and tear went down a lot faster. In Farm Sim 19, people just turned off dirt because that was an option, which then meant that you never had to maintain your tractors. Well, that was at release, and basically the first patch they just said, you're not doing that, and made the maintenance fixed and independent of dirt. Now that's similar to something he was saying. Oh, I can't remember. There was something that was in place at the beginning of Farm Sim 22 which they completely reversed. Oh, maintenance costs. Yeah, they made it so that a vehicle wear and tear is increased the older it gets. So we're running a nearly 30-hour machine here. So it needs maintenance far more frequently than a base, brand new tractor does. Now, when Farm Sim 22 released, they made the repair cost based on the value of the tractor. So as the tractor got older, its value goes down, so the repair cost went down, but the repair frequency went up. But basically, it didn't matter if you had an old tractor or new tractor. An old tractor would need maintenance more frequently but be cheaper to fix. A new tractor would need maintenance less frequently and be more expensive. But the net aggregate was you paid about the same to repair the tractor or to run the tractor per hour, no matter what age it was. Well, immediately after the first patch, they changed all of that, and they basically said, no, the maintenance cost of the tractor is based on the purchase value of the tractor. So, for example, this tractor here, if we look at my tractors, is worth 23,283. The maintenance of it is based on Massey Ferguson 5S. If we take that, make it 125, put a front loader on, it's got the front weight on, a front loader window on, go with that. That's basically the tractor we're now running. It's worth 90,500 new. That's the basis of your maintenance cost, 90,500, way more than 76,000. So it does make sense to use the smallest tractor you can get away with for any given task, because the smallest tractor you can get away with is going to be the cheapest to maintain.